favorite colleague is calling at 10 p.m., Mariam.
Saeed, I need to answer that. We're discussing a project.
A project at 10 p.m. on a Friday night?
Come on. Yeah, I must say, tonight I'm not at my best. I'm not at my best because I think I am questioning myself. You know, I'm beating myself. I'm pinching and beating myself. Like, what's going on with me? What's wrong with me? I mean, who am I? What am I doing? You know where you just have that moment where you are, you feel like, I mean, something is not right. What is it? What is it that you are doing wrong? What is it that you are doing wrong? You start doubting yourself when you have a 500, please. Have problems with needs your attention. Mr. Tayali, I'm asking for 500. Iwe, ulanda pandalama. Ala iwe. Ulanda pandalama, you know the stress I have when you're talking about money. Please don't even think about asking money from me. I've got no money. In Shibomba, and I've got, I mean, when you talk about money, my problems are, they stress me like nobody's business. On my personal issues, I've got children, Kuriama school, I'm telling you, if you take me that route, okumia fishing car, but at least I think, unsunga, because stress na kwatai, I wouldn't even have the guts to come here and talk. Amafia mpitamo kunumoko ngamwatimisha mupiribule. If I were to come here na isamba fyo kulosha fye ukutampa fya ati lamentation of chirifa tayari awe kutimu watumfwa tolo to twingi. If I were to go that route to start telling you about my problems na kwata awe mwandini some take over ndengira matu shekwena bonso fuba pitamo evi bonso fuba pitamo evi iwe unalanda parupia unalanda parupia and yet when I'm going through all that ngani vamayo, I don't even remember the last time I sent vamayo kangwe. I don't even remember the last time I sent vamayo kangwe. And yet when I was in Zambia, I was the one that was looking after my mother. Bafetliza shanshani shiramulungu nishnatwala. So I don't even know how my mother is surviving. I don't even want to ask because nganai pusha mbona kwati kuti stress ya lanji path, so some of these things I just leave them to God. Echo mpipera chira bushiku irenga na akuliresa lyonse ndeta fama problems yako welesa want look at whatever situation that I am in. I mean, look after whoever. It is a mess. It is a mess like any me. So yeah. It is a mess. Not if you're mutonton kanya chan. I only survive by the grace of God. And not all that nonsense that you think to say, hey, this one is giving money, this one is giving me money. No, nothing. Even what I'm going to say tonight, I know some of you are thinking, no, tayari winawamurishamo, nothing. Epona kwatila problem. Where I have a problem? Where I have a problem is that I do things from my conviction. When I'm convinced about something, it will not take money to change my mind. It will not take money. It will not take money. What you need is to convince me with reason. You have to convince me with reason. Not money. Epo na shu pila apope nefye, and I hate even myself for that. I hate even myself by the very fact that sometimes I blow away my opportunities simply because I feel strongly about something. I blow away opportunities. Some of these people, some of these people that are in some of these positions, some of these people who are actually making money, look, they are, you can't compare them to me, but because they toil a certain line, they manage to to hide what is within themselves. They just follow. They become naive and just do whatever it is. Nalikwataka mpingu and inshupa iyo ewafya nakwata nalishwa ewafya, and it beats me in many ways. I mean, even in my relationship, even in my personal relationships, if I don't agree with you, even with my own wife, if I don't agree on something that I strongly believe that this is okay, I just stand on that. It's not that I don't compromise. I do compromise, but there are certain things that you need to stand and say, no, this is what is right. This is what is right. But anyway, let me start by first of all saying there are so many. We are approaching elections. We are in this prime time of politics. This is prime time now. Yamba. We are in prime time of politics. A high peak season. Nichoka blocker. Things are happening every now and then. People are doing this. This one is doing this. This one is doing this. I mean, it is chaotic in terms of politics. So you must expect, crashing with others. And yes, I am crashing with different people. Ngani lelo has been terrible since morning. And if you phone, ama text messages, yale fumoku left, right, and center. Everybody talking about this, that. I have quarreled, I have argued with so many people, including, I'm going to start with Chiriri. I'm going to start with Lily. I have argued with Lily today. And the point I'm trying to, I'm going to start is that, first thing is that, let's be just and fair with each other. Let's be just and fair with each other. It doesn't matter. I mean, which political, which political side you are on, whether with opposition, whether with ruling, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. political parties, political inclinations, being in the ruling, being in the opposition. These are just clubs. These are just associations that we find ourselves in. But beyond that, we are human beings. Beyond that, we are human beings. It doesn't matter where you belong, ruling party or not ruling party. It doesn't matter. We are all human beings. Let's treat each other as human beings. When it comes to that, you can be rest assured that even if you are my enemy, even if I don't like you, even if I criticize you strongly politically, when you are not treated well as a human being, you can count on Chief Tayari's support. You can count on Chief Tayari's support. If as a human being, on that basis, you as a human being, you are being treated unfairly, you are being treated unjustly, it doesn't matter who you are, which position I'm in, I will always stand with you. And for those of you who associate with me, you have to know this. There is something that I don't compromise on. When it comes to the rights of another person, as an individual, as a person, I would rather walk away from whatever it is. I'll even walk away. I would rather wampata, if you are not being just, if you are not being fair, I will not go. Nanguma politics, I will not go. That is where I draw the line. And this has happened severally. And those of you that have stood for, you can attest that at times I spoke for you, even when you didn't even know me. Even when you had not even spoken to me. There are many instances that have put myself on the line to defend individuals that I may not even know. In many situations, I can recount them. I'm not trying to be whatever, to show relevancy to President Hakainde Hichilema, but I will mention the 2017 treason issue. 2017 treason issue. I was in a very good relationship with the PF. Very good relationship with the PF. When that issue was happening, around and whatever, I remember I was with Kampiongo. When the soldiers went Ushiku and did whatever it is, when those police officers were doing what they were doing, I was on the phone talking to different people about what they were doing, and I was like, this is not right. This is not right. In the morning, chero na limina na office kuli Kampiongo. Ama so bantu ankaneva dia bale isabali abakapokola ba IG ila security meeting bakwata. Bansangira ni nshindi kulia ine already. They were briefing Kampiongo of what happened. I was already there. And I told Kampiongo, this is not right. He was a minister, Home Affairs minister, and I said it in his office. I was arrested, whatever, but I never shook. But at that moment, politically, if you remember politically, I was every day attacking President Hakainde Hichilema. Every day attacking President Hakainde Hichilema. I didn't even want President Hakainde Hichilema to be president at that moment. At that time, I didn't want President Hakainde Hichilema to be president. But when they touched on him as a person, I refused. I said, no, this is not right. This is not right. And you can attest, and I stood by it. There are other instances with other people as well. But Edgar Lungu paramulanda che, but tayari, you were there saying that I will stand with Edgar Lungu. When Bakapokola surrounded Edgar Lungu's house, to jump in, I went and you saw me. Because I believed that the man was being harassed. But again, even with this nonsense of if you have fear Chitumbi, I was here. Whatever I mean, whatever it is, I ended up here with the connection of Edgar Lungu and his people. Basically, the connection of Edgar Lungu and his colleagues. That's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up here. They were paying rent for this house. They were paying rent for this house. The people that were paying rent for this house, they were Edgar Lungu's connections. It was Edgar Lungu's connection that were paying rent for this month, for this house. But when the nonsense happened and they wanted to accuse Hakainde Hichilema, I refused. I didn't speak to Hakainde Hichilema. I didn't speak to anyone, but I refused. I said, no, you can't lump this on an innocent person. This man was sick. We know it. How can you put it on Hakainde Hichilema? I have lost friends. I have lost friends. I even lost Kangweko Valentumina. I lost it. So this is where I operate. So as much as some of you want to reduce whatever advocacy I'm on into money, it is because that is easy for you. You don't want to look at the reason. You don't want, to argue with me on reason. So you make a shortcut. No, now Odiamu. Many have done that. Even by PF, they did it. But PF in 2021, I remember very well, 2021, I think that was it was around this time, April, May. Yes, it was around, around this time. Around this time. I told them, elections, what you are doing, this. What did they say? They made a shortcut. And I know the chaps that were peddling there, they made a shortcut. And accused me, though, Hakainde Hichilema has given him 2 million. That's why he's doing this. And they followed me like a chicken. Pa Christmas. Vampepeka nga mukolo pa Christmas. Vaikata vafianta vaposa mmasales. I went in myself. I came out. I didn't relent. I continued. Some of you think that, no, you have always been against the Hakainde Hichilema. I supported Hakainde Hichilema in 2021. I did. Because after Wandonga, I was talking to them, at the end of the day, tayari 2 million kuli Hakainde Hichilema. And next, they got me, arrested me. When they released me, I came out like a wounded buffalo. I went flat out campaigning for President Hakainde Hichilema because they didn't listen. And they lost that election. The point I'm trying to tell you is that even what I'm talking about on some of these issues, it is not about me being biased because in Indiamo or because this one is my friend. No. It is about being just, being fair. So, it doesn't matter which side you belong. Now, I was arguing with Lydian, and I'm using Lydian as an example. There are some of you, even if you want to say Hakainde Hichilema, even if you want to say Hakainde Hichilema, even if you want to say Hakainde Hichilema, Lydian, I called her this morning and I was telling her, you can't be lumping everything on Hakainde Hichilema. Everything Hakainde Hichilema. Everything is Hakainde Hichilema. Yes, he's the president, and as such is subject of discussion, is subject of all the criticisms. But let's be fair with him. And I'm not saying this from a context of trying to ingratiate myself to Hakainde Hichilema. No. It is just being fair. Being fair. You cannot, even if you don't say Hakainde Hichilema. That's why I blocked that Precious. Because each time she came here, everything, it's Hakainde Hichilema. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. So, Lydian, we spoke in the morning, and I mean, you have continued. I don't mention you here. But come on, Lilian. You cannot, everything is Hakainde Hichilema. Everything is Hakainde Hichilema. You are not being fair. You are not being fair. I don't care whether Hakainde Hichilema approves me, he doesn't approve me, whether Hakainde, I don't care. But at the end of the day, much as he is a president, can we impute guilt on him where it is due? I am not trying to insulate President Hakainde Hichilema from criticisms. I will criticize him as well. I will criticize him as well. But let's be fair. Let's be just. You cannot be denting somebody's name. Hey, Hakainde Hichilema na tumafoni. Hey, Hakainde Hichilema chilandefi. Even if you say ni Hakainde Hichilema, ni Hakainde Hichilema. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Where Hakainde Hichilema has done something that is wrong, let's criticize. I will even join you. I will even join you. If indeed Hakainde Hichilema has done something wrong, I will even join you. But where the man is innocent, Imamulino, Hakainde Hichilema, Hakainde Hichilema. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Nanguma politics, see how it's not right. Nanguma politics, it's not right. Even yourselves, kutumwa umfashani, never ta uchitile, niwa na uchitefe, na uchitefe. For example, ina nikane, issue ya kwa brand mundu. Issue ya kwa brand mundu bide. Abantu nabe ma, krikiti, Hakainde Hichilema, Hakainde Hichilema. I want to tell you, it's not Hakainde Hichilema. It's not Hakainde Hichilema pulling these strings. It is not Hakainde Hichilema pulling these strings. I can assure you, it is not Hakainde Hichilema pulling these strings. And I want you, you know that I know you. You know that I know you. But of course, we are on the same side. And I cannot appear to be fighting you. If on that star avoid, I'm avoiding confronting you because we are on the same side. And I don't want us to be seen, to be exchanging punches, to be fighting in public. We'll be defeating ourselves. We'll be defeating ourselves. Sia1 has been saying things. Sia1 even posted, a voice note in our group. I didn't respond because what Sia1 said and me responding to that, I mean, it will not go well. It will not go well. Similarly, there are some of you who are working around these issues. I know you, but I'm not engaging you. But I know what you are doing. And from my perspective, I don't agree with you. On issue of Mundubile. I don't agree with you. I am putting it plain and simple. I don't agree with you. Allow Mundubile to stand. Let Mundubile contest this election. What has Mundubile done wrong that you should bar him from contesting? What has he done wrong? I've been saying Malukula should be blocked at all costs. Malukula should be blocked. But I've not been saying that from nowhere. I've been saying that owing to what Malukula has done. Malukula has held our country at ransom because of his unbridled political ambitions. Malukula has held the entire country. Malukula doesn't care how we have been embarrassed as a country simply because he wants to stand as president. For that reason, I've been saying, let's ban Malukula. Let Malukula not appear on the ballot. There is a reason. I've got a reason, and I'm putting it here. Why I'm saying Makebi Zulu should not be on the ballot, because Makebi Zulu, Edgar Lungu. Makebi Zulu has done a lot of damage to our country. just because he wants to be president. And it is for that reason I'm saying Makebi Zulu, Malukula should not be on the ballot. But when it comes to Brian, what has he done? What has he done that you should bar him from contesting an election? What has Brian Mundubile done? What has he done? What has Brian Mundubile done that you should bar him from contesting an election? And don't pretend to say, no, hey, but which party is he standing on? Hey, whatever. Why didn't he form his own political party? Our constitution is very clear. Our constitution is very clear. Somebody can contest an election even without belonging to a political party. And joining a political party doesn't matter at which hour you join a political party. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if you are not a member of that political party. If that political party agrees for you to stand, it doesn't matter, you can stand. You guys are playing machinations to bar Mundubile. Let's not even pretend. And I know the individuals that are part of this. And I want to tell you, Lydian and the public at large, that take it from me, it is not Hakainde Hichilema doing this. Hakainde Hichilema, he has just also become vulnerable like many other presidents. Hakainde Hichilema has just become vulnerable like many other presidents. You know, being a president doesn't mean that you are in control of everything. You are a president, but you are surrounded by so many people. And there are so many people that are doing this and that with their different political agendas, with their different political interests or ulterior motives. And you are there. Hakainde Hichilema doesn't know everything that is happening. He doesn't know. Don't be cheated to think that Fiancé Hakainde Hichilema. No. There is a group of people that are pushing this agenda. And they are pushing this agenda for their own interests. They are looking at 2031. They are looking at 2031. They know Brian Mundubile will not win this election. And even me, I know. Even me, I know. Brian Mundubile will not win this election. And I know before I even got there, I know because when I'm talking about Brian Mundubile, everyone thinks, no, because Brian Mundubile, Munankwe, because Brian Mundubile, you know, some of them, they're even going to an extent to say, Mubemba Munankwe. That is total nonsense. That is total nonsense. Especially when you start bringing in that issue of tribe. That is really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous when you start bringing in to say, I'm supporting Mundubile because Fiawupu bad kind. And even the issue of Brian Mundubile, Munove, because yes, I will not disown a friend because of politics. I will not. What kind of a person will I be? What kind of a person will I be? To disown a person because of politics in public, no, te wuntu. Brian Mundubile, ndamutasha lyonse, because Brian really, I mean, that man went far to help me in times of difficulties. In times of difficulties. I will never deny that. No matter what happens between us. And I will tell you today, the basic I can tell you is that today, I don't talk to Brian. I don't talk to Brian. Believe it or not, I don't talk to Brian. And mostly it is not from my side. I can even show you AMA messages where I've texted Brian and Brian has never responded. I can show you how many times I've tried to call Brian and Brian has never responded. I don't remember the last time I spoke to Brian. I don't remember. I will not go into the details of that. But whatever the case, today my relationship with Brian may not be as what you think. But it does not alter the fact that Brian at some point stood beside me. It does not change that. And me as a recipient, I should always be grateful. I should always be grateful. Wuntu. Uyo Makebi mulanda poe, but Makebi help you. Makebi never helped me. In abantu awanjafo, I never disown them. I never disown people that help me. Never. Even those of you who are helping me, if you are helping me, if you have helped me, you should be rest assured I will never disown you. Even if you have done something wrong to me, for that reason, I will always protect you. And where I can help you, I will even help you. But this is not the situation about Munduvile. I am not saying all this because Munduvile Munandi. It is not about that. This is about President Hakainde Hichilema winning, going into his second term clean. Going into the second term without the dent of having had, he blocked someone. Because wow, sabale chitefya bulokulondoloka nibaka ndile bamu ebale chitefya bulokulondoloka. But at the end of the day, Hakainde Hichilema will be seen as is the one that blocked these people. It is not Hakainde Hichilema sending those boys to go to court. It is not Hakainde Hichilema. It is not. But of course, at the end of the day, after Hakainde Hichilema wins this election, people will be saying, Hakainde Hichilema did this, Hakainde Hichilema did this. But it's not Hakainde Hichilema. It's not Hakainde Hichilema. There are people that are doing these machinations, and they are doing these machinations for themselves because they are talking about 2031. But you people, now we are on the same side. How do you start talking about 2031 today? Eh? How do you start talking about 2031? How do you start positioning yourself for 2031? Because you are talking about 2031, when Hakainde Hichilema will go, you are stupid. I'm telling you, you are stupid. You are very stupid. You are very, very stupid. To be talking Hakainde Hichilema when Hakainde Hichilema, that is very stupid. You cannot be saying when Hakainde Hichilema will go. When Hakainde Hichilema will go. Utatulaingira my elections. Even one book on the by 2031. No, because Brian Munduvile will have a base. Brian Munduvile will become popular. And then in 2031, we will come and lose an election. That is very stupid. That is very stupid. How do you start talking like that? And you are talking like that. You have got a person that we know you have been marketing, that this one should take over from Hakainde Hichilema. You are talking like that. We have seen that you have come out supporting a certain an individual that he should take over from presidency. Who poor guys, who poor big time. Don't play with politics. Don't take things lightly. Don't take things lightly. Don't take things lightly. I'm a politics. If you think I'm a politics, you can just come from nowhere. Why say I mean Nakuntanshi? No, I'm the one that is going to take over from Hakainde Hichilema. If one is to the people, do you know how many people want to take over from Hakainde Hichilema? What makes you think that you have got better balls to be the one that should take over from Hakainde Hichilema? What makes you think that iwe ayove ya God? Ya God, if to akwate fia mango, you akwata ya God. You want to take over from Hakainde Hichilema? Skala chove. Wamfo. Atase fia upuba na kutuka chintu chove. Chintu chove, you cannot be that stupid to start talking about 2031 because 2031 chintu chove. Wawayove. I'm telling you, Fiawu. So these are the people that are busy machinating. No, we cannot allow Munduvile to stand. Wafikara. After same way. We cannot allow. Te Hakainde Hichilema. Inishishi, nyaba ba koswa ba kontwa. kuti mwayoko vafika fintu vyenu nga mulefwaya nga ni mwegza nkafira mwegza tase fyabu puwa nga ni mwegza ufifine nga mulefwa mukamwe vyaka inde ichilema tayari mwikamuwesha. It's okay, I don't care fintu vyenu, I don't care. Tase imwe fyabu puwa. If you cannot, I've been telling you, how can you be selfish? How can you be so selfish to be talking about to banning a munduvile so that munduvile ekesa to bita. Chikala changa waishi bashanu kwa tinainenke minina. Waishi bashanu tinainende kwa kuna mtetu. Waishi bashanu kwa bati na bambi bale fuaya. Waishi bashanu ati gari nkombo na wale fuaya. Waishi bashanu kwa bati Jack Mwimbo wale fuaya. Waishi bashanu ati Mulambo wa Imbe na wale fuaya. Iwe chalengo kwa watu utampo kula ituala kuntanshi. Utampo kula ta sponsor abantu. To block people so that you position yourself for 2031. Chishi. You are busy sponsoring people. You are busy sponsoring people. So that you position yourselves. Fiabu puba. Fiabu puba mulechita. Fiabu puba. Fiabu puba. It's nonsense. I'm not saying I'm looking at 2031. No. My plans are actually very different. My plans are very different. The way I look at things, very differently. And I don't support the presidential limit. I don't support the presidential limit. Not for Hakainde Hichilema, not for anyone. I don't support the presidential limit. Because I strongly believe that 10 years is not good enough for somebody to, turn around the country. It's not. 5 years, Hakainde Hichilema, what has he managed to do? The only thing that he has managed to do is to set up some kind of a ground for him to work. Akatampokula womba mu 2031. Ama projects yake ngila after win a second term. And which project can Hakainde Hichilema finish within 5 years? Even a story building, this building where I am, it has got how many floors? 60 floors. Even within 5 years, he can't even build this building where I am. Just one building to just make a building like Findeco House. 50 floors or 60 floors. Just to build Findeco House, it will take you so many years. Just to build a power plant, it will take you 3 years. So ufwaye ndalama then abantu bese pananikane, you find that 5 years na ipo. 5 years yapo ataka indechira akafumepo. Uyo ukesa akatampe fimbi, it is confusion. This presidential term limit does not help countries. If you look at countries that have developed, they didn't develop with presidents changing what took up mukati. No. Countries that have developed, they have not developed with everyone changing. Number imamu for afeti, na ifo tukengire tukali. You can't develop a country like that. So that is my view. Hakainde Hichilema or no Hakainde Hichilema. Because I've seen it. Singapore that developed. They didn't. Lee Kuan Yew did not stay 10 years. Even here, Mahatma, for the person that has developed this country, did not stay 10 years. He ruled this country for 23 years. Go to other countries where they have developed. Look at Putin, even Kubasungu Kwine. No, America is 250 years old. 250 years old. Developed. Compare. No, we should be changing. It is not helpful for countries, for developing countries. It doesn't help. Because within 10 years, you can't do that much. And the risk is that once you have Mapo, the one that comes, he comes in with a new government, with different people and whatever. It just becomes costly for the government. It has become costly for the government. It is an expense to change a government. It is a huge expense. A huge expense. Even Hakainde Hichilema, when I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema in this election, part of it is this reason that we need continuity. So whether Munduvile is my friend or not, I am standing against Munduvile. Because if Munduvile comes in He will come and do these things. Akesa na bantu are confused. And they want to do everything. They will even be busy following Hakainde Hichilema, wasting time. Wasting time. So we need time. We need time. A president needs time for things to afford. I've told you, just to build one building, it will take you years. What about roads? What about water? What about agriculture? When are you going to develop these things? Ama mines. Ama mines. The policies that Hakainde Hichilema has put in place, they will start materializing into his term. Apa, it is a time of investment. It is a time of investment. No, shani. So it doesn't help. So it is from that perspective that I get upset when I hear fools talking to say, no, after Hakainde Hichilema, and yet you wombana Hakainde Hichilema. And yet we wombana Hakainde Hichilema. You na ukwata kone nchito. Na ukwata kone nchito. Hakainde Hichilema ali kupere nchito. Ule fola, ule ensha, chimoto kashan, you are okay. And you are the one who is busy trying to talk about after Hakainde Hichilema. Leka ifu fweva rechula fweva liko kunse. Tule landa after Hakainde Hichilema. Not you over perane nchito. You who has even been given a job. You are lucky you have been given a job. You are there. Taulechula kwati ni fwevu. You are okay. Why are you talking about after Hakainde Hichilema? Why are you putting money in blocking others to dent the image of Hakainde Hichilema? Whether you like it or not, whichever way you look at it, if Brian Mundubile is not going to be on the ballot, these elections will be questioned. This election will be questioned. Because pali wonseba politician, ule moneka kwa muntu ni politician, ule moneka kwa upalideko, ni Brian. Upalideko. Awa wonsaba, they are useless. Mina ngu, ni ba mosquito, ni ba mwi. They are just making noise. Wee. They are nothing. They are nothing but Fred Membebanani. They are all nothing. The person that has at least come up is Brian. Let the guy stand. Let the guy stand. If you buy him, whatever excuse that you are using, we know. You can fool others, not me. No, but which political party is he standing on? But FDD, it's not his. Come on. Any political party at any time can choose who they want to contest. There is nothing wrong with that. FDD can choose who they want to contest. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. At any point, they can choose who they want. They can even choose somebody who is not in politics. They can put him there. It doesn't matter. So fionsa ama excuse mule panga fia chave it is mingala toshenu mule chita. It is out of selfishness in the name of politics. In the name of politics. But in them ever. In a panel, I'm supposed to be I should have been playing the song. Nankale. That's what I should have been playing. But now, because of your nonsense, look at what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying. And don't think that all people who accept with your foolishness. You are drawing sympathy for Brian Mundubile. You are drawing sympathy. The moment you will buy him, a lot of people who sympathize with Brian, a lot of people will recognize Brian as a heavyweight. A lot of people will follow Brian. So if you think that you will be killing the political future of Brian, you are dumb. You are dumb if you really think you are killing the political future of Brian. You are dumb. You are very dumb. Wherever there is an injustice, people will go for the victim. People go for the victim. If you make Mundubile a victim, Mundubile will be a martyr. Mundubile will be followed. There will be more people. There will be people that will invest in Mundubile. So you are making a big mistake. And then later on, after Hakainde Hichilema wins the second term, let Hakainde Hichilema continue. When we'll be talking about third term, they will be like, you see, this Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator. That's why he banned Mundubile. Not that Mufuaya. So you will be blocking. We want the goodwill. We want Hakainde Hichilema, at least from my perspective. Let me say, I want Hakainde Hichilema to go in the second term with goodwill. I don't want Hakainde Hichilema to be tempted with dictatorship. Because when we'll be talking about, no, let this man continue, people will be responding to say, no, he is a dictator. That's why he banned Mundubile. And by that time, Mundubile would have garnered more support. So the resistance that will be there will be bigger. But if you allow Mundubile to stand, akafumemuro dukoto twawo, basi awandi bachila bati yo, if Mundubile gets 30%, you are in a tier one. What do you know how to count? Do you know what 30% of 8 million is? Do you know what 30% of 8 million is? You think Mundubile can get 30%? Where can he get 30%? Where can he get 30%? Where can Mundubile get 30%? Where would it come from? Where? Where will Mundubile get the 30%? Where is he going to get 30%? Lusaka, just in Lusaka there, where he stays, he cannot even get 30%. He can't reach 30%. He can't even get even just 2%. Pako imonave 2% Lusaka mudia. Ninkondo, taka imone Mundubile. Taka imone. And this is not that them it's that tricky, chavana shan. No. This is real. It's real. Abantu pakwati bakuvotere iwe. Abantu bamba kukukonka. Alapala shupikwa. It is not easy. We have seen it where we are coming from. We have seen it. A good example is Sata. Sata, before he emerged as a presidential candidate, he had worked, in various senior government portfolios. He started as a governor. Sata was popular as a governor. Not if you there is no one who was as popular as Sata as a governor. No one. As a governor, Sata built those flyover bridge Peter Pofi. As a governor, Sata built Kawata idea. Ama flats yaku Kawata kari. Sata built that. Sata did a lot. He did a lot of things. Kawata ida Kawata. Niya kwa Sata ida Kawata. Afuma po Sata. He was in ministries and he performed in all the ministries where he went. He performed also quite a Sata. He made an impact. But when he came on the stage as a presidential candidate, it had to take him 10 years. 10 years. 10 years for him to be president. Tell me Mundubile. Mundubile badi wa minister kuisa. Uko kuntuanikane kumpango uko badi. Noko badi wa minister. I mean, some of you ngatuami pushati. Mundubile was a minister where you don't even know. What can you attribute to Mundubile at your Mundubile wa chitireti? Point anything. Point one bridge at Mundubile wa kudireti. Just point one thing. Point one thing at your Mundubile chitireti. Landeni. Apart from the name that we sowed, I sowed the name of Mundubile. You only know the name of Mundubile. Nina na shtisheshi na kwa Mundubile. Whether you like it or not, I'm the one that brought this name, Mwarishiwa. Mundubile. Nganami pusha. Why are you following Mundubile? You underrate. Some of you want to underrate my influence. But a lot of you are supporting Mundubile today. Why? Mundubile is my project. It's me that have made Mundubile Pwadi. It is me. It is me who said Mundubile Fumako Kuli Finan Kanefi. Fumako, it's me. You don't know how I influence things. Mundu the way he is. It is what I've been talking about. And unfortunately, you know, each time I talk, Shima, you know, because he's also a coward, you know, he hesitates and he comes to jump too late. I told him jump before Edgar Lungu Talafua. He didn't. If Mundubile had jumped before Edgar Lungu Talafua, today it would have been a different story. I told them, I said, you know, pick a party, pick a purpose vehicle, pick this PF, this UPND, this FDD. He should have done it earlier. Even these problems that is having now, mulandu wa kushima, ukushinshikila, ule waya. We muntu wali, but busy putting chipicture chakwa Edgar Lungu. Busy putting chipicture chakwa Edgar Lungu. Chanshi ulevika chipicture chakwa Edgar Lungu. Chanshi. And yet Edgar Lungu ewa kuchingire. Wise wakuita abantu solande ati yo ine nkesa mkuru ringanga Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu alirushire na 1 million. Ora mko ati ine nkesa ringanga Edgar Lungu. So, frankly speaking, Mundubile is not a political giant in the true sense of it. He's not. But among all of them, he's much better. Among all of them, he is much better. Among all of them. Because you cannot compare Mundubile na Fred Membe. You can't. You can't compare Mundubile na Fred Membe. Tapado mwingachitana compare. But Mundubile, there is no one. Mundubile, at least, he comes out formidable. Mwise muchite block. Ngamwa muchita block. First of all, you will look undemocratic. There is no reason why you are going to block Mundubile. There is no reason. Him standing on whatever political party, it is not a crime. It is not a crime. There is nothing wrong. Whichever political party he chooses, there is nothing wrong. The Constitution allows it. So why do you want to block him? Why? You are going to do this at a risk of denting President Hakainde Hichilema. That is my point. You are going to dent, you are going to mar this election, which is supposed to come out as a record, a good record, a credit to Hakainde Hichilema. Because we are going to have an election which will be free of nonsense and everything. And we're supposed to collect, Hakainde Hichilema is supposed to collect accolades for that. To say, look, he's now president and everything has gone smooth. Everybody wanted to participated. And we went through elections. There was no violence. Everything went. Why, you know, and you let the man, you let the man collect the credit. Winning an election free of issues. It is a currency in politics. It is a currency that you go and exchange at the international market. Because people look at you to say, here is a credible leader. Here is a leader that we can trust. When he speaks, he will be speaking with authority. Because whilst others will have issues, shani, but Hakainde Hichilema will be coming out as a man that won an election without stepping on anyone. Without, you know, violence, without manipulation. It is good, that goodwill. That goodwill is very important. It's very important, that goodwill. A leader that is free of all this nonsense, allegations of political malpractice, dictatorship, whatever. That goodwill cashes in money. It cashes in money that Hakainde Hichilema needs, that we all need to develop our country. No, come on, avoid this. Avoid this. It is not about Mundubile being my friend, no. I think I've given you reasons why I am insisting that let Mundubile be on the ballot. And ECZ, I want to commend ECZ. Bamwangala Zoromes has done very well. Very, very well. Very accommodative, very tolerant. I am appealing to Bamwangala Zoromes and our ECZ. If Mundubide now kwatama issues with FDD, let Mundubide be allowed to contest as an independent. And when I Mundubide, I mean, I don't know why, you know that now kwatama issues, I don't know why you went to pay your nomination as FDD. I don't know. You should have put it as an independent, because that's what you are, Brian. That's what you are. You are an independent supported by different political parties. It was also wrong for you. It was dumb. It was ill-advised for you, Brian, to go and pay 100 pin in the name of FDD. It was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. I'm shocked. I mean, I haven't seen the receipt. I was looking at the receipt. But anyway, according to ECZ schedule, it is showing that FDD. But from my perspective, you should have paid that money without attaching a political party. But at this point in time, to avoid all this nonsense, you can still approach ECZ. Approach ECZ. But if Mubanda, respected people, not useless people, because I mean, those are also cantankerous people. You are lacking discipline in your people. You are lacking discipline in your people. Because if for me, you are supporting me, I will not allow you to be talking nonsense. So that Binwell should have been checked by now to say, hey, be careful. You cannot be daring the government. You can't. Oh, if there will be no election, if Mundu will not be on the ballot, there will be no election. But Binwell mukachitenshi. Then even this lady, she's talking nonsense every day. Hey, haka. If she was supporting me, I would go and say, hey, can you reduce on this nonsense? Because you cannot claim to be innocent of the stupidity of your followers. It falls on you. It shows that you can't control. You can't control them. That's why you don't see my children twerking on social media. Now, depend on social media and the survivor, but you don't see my children. But you don't see them. Why? Because, I mean, they need to behave. They are my children. I discipline them. You discipline your people. Now, some of you think that, no, my coming home is in Hakainde Hichilema. Because Munduvide can win an election. I don't think I can come home. Why? Because his cadres will control him. His cadres will control him. You need to control your people. That really what she does. You don't see that nonsense. Do you agree with that? If you are a president, do you think what Lillian does to Hakainde Hichilema, do you think that is okay? Because you should have spoken to her to say, come on, can you behave yourself? Binwell, you should have told him, hey, Mwana, we won't go anywhere. If we are daring the government, we won't go anywhere. So, if you want, my issue is that if you want, discuss with ECZ, Bamichita withdraw, pa FDD, Mushala is independent. Mushala is independent. The support you have, yes, you'll be independent, but you'll be surrounded by your Tonse Alliance members. That's it. I am sure Bamwangala Zoromes at this point, Ngamwawachita approach to say, we are withdrawing not ya Papali Ntwanikane, Pari FDD. We are going as independent. Ngakuri pila mukali pila imbi 100 pin. I saw somebody paid. Kavien karanden na Bamwangala Zoromes ngakuri pila 100 pin imbi mukali pila imbi 100 pin. mukalipira imbi 100 pin mushala as independent so that you are free from this nonsense. Because I mean, unfortunately, yes, everyone becomes excited. Everyone is doing whatever they are doing, you know. So you cannot stop all these vouchers from doing whatever they are doing. You can't stop them. Even Hakainde Hichilema can't stop them. Hakainde Hichilema can't stop them. How is Hakainde Hichilema going to stop a chap that is going to court and putting an injunction? How is Hakainde Hichilema going to stop that guy? Even if Hakainde Hichilema wants you to stand, but if a foolish guy gives money to anyone to go and contest, even me, I can do that. How will Hakainde Hichilema stop that? Take Kanye in first name where we'll talk about the. I'll give you the opportunity. How is he going to stop? So to avoid all these things, you should have actually thought about this earlier. You end up starting to block. I've not opened the phone lines. Otherwise, I'll cut you. Yeah. So allow that. Go and talk to our ECZ. But stay allowed to stand as independent. Efo muchite. Muibe pesha Hakainde Hichilema and then yebe chinga. Ukaba, this is not Hakainde Hichilema doing. It is some guys, some chaps who are in the corner. Our shafundwa, we know politics. They were not groomed properly in politics. They were not groomed. Some of us, hey, Tayari, don't appear. Hey, Tayari, you're not appearing. Because we were groomed properly in politics. Hey, Kute Kanya, you respect others. You support the agenda of Abalabari Kuntans. You support them. That's how you gain power. Hey, but you are always supporting this one. You're always, no. I'm a politics for our first. You must be a pawn of others. Eh? You must allow yourself, you know, to work under. You must allow yourself to work under certain people. You must allow yourself to work under certain people, Abakochola boy, of others. Push their agenda. Let them succeed. Let them succeed. Not in mwamba fekulai. Hey, ninevo. Awe. Tefa fiwomba. Tamu akaikwanishe ndemieva. Tamu akaikwanishe. Tamu akaikwanishe. Anyway. So, all these things are going on. And there are also these machinations now. On parliamentary. On parliamentary, I mean, abantu na wale toloka mwafuma kwisa ala sometimes mwaingirira mwaiwela mo those people that were throwing themselves Pantuanikane Lusaka Centro, for example. I'm just giving as an example Lusaka Centro. Mulambo Aimbe has been a minister, a very useful person to President Hakainde Hichilema, a person that is contributing to the country. Ero mrefu kumuchita challenge. Na mwewa isa lelo. Mwa join na UPND. Tatule kanya. Ukujoin na UPND. I always come here and say, join UPND. Join UPND. Political party ta isula. But iyo waya ku UPND. Watekanya. You can't just jump. Ingira from UPND. Wamufole fitenge. Hey, I'm contesting as member of parliament. Iwe. You want to overtake a senior member of parliament like Mlambo Ahimbe, sure. You want to take out a man like Mlambo Ahimbe. I mean, wafuma kwisa. Apa PNF uchiro unenunka na fi PF fi Vaseline fi amu PF uchiro unenunka na fi. And all of a sudden now you want to become the UPND who should be adopted. Awe kutekanya mwatekanya. I'm very disappointed with some of you ngani mirumbula machine. But if you have pwana imefira mule chita. Once mwe challenging, the old UPND members wupuba kuichefya nga wafika mungande avene vakupokerera kutekanya tetu wafika fe waingira mungande avene waeka na pachipuna fya avene awe na mumanda tefo chava tetu fika fe mungande avene wafika ndefo kuikalapa tekanya you can't do that. Kusupila kudya. You are lacking wisdom. You are lacking wisdom. Tamwafundwa wino. Mwebale chita challenge the old UPND members. Chimwana pali bu vice president. Pali bu vice president, an example. Pali bu vice president. Kwa diaba tampiro kula inyo tumapindo. Panono fyaka inde china apitiro oku n'ababenderera mwe bantu nimwe ofyo ba alliance partner nimwe ba alliance partner mwe bantu ka partnership katampire mairo aka inde china ali mishuki shako ampera kona bu minister amipera kona finish but abo mwambo kula butukira mufunye po bana lumango chaba shani kanshi mwe bantu kuitemwa That's why you saw Akainde Ichirema ali mimona mfomule chita kirikiti. That's why first uyo bana rumango abachita point. That was wisdom. And you see, kuma first, before that convention, there were people that were calling me, telling me to say, the president wants so and so to be the vice president. The president wants so and so to be vice president. If I was foolish, campaign. But I came out, I said, Bana Rumango nishi bachita. Finish bachita Bana Rumango. Look at how Bana Rumango has suffered with UPND. Eno imwe. Mwewe shirelelo. Bamuta mulina ba UPND. You are just alliance partners. You want to move miepo Bana Rumango. Finish bachita. And thank God, Akainde Ichirema was illuminated by wisdom and appointed Bana Rumango back. There were issues kuri Bana Rumango. There were people abalei pompa. Now abapokaleba vice president. Balefona vena babwekere puchirishani. Nangube wena imwe. Muletasha, because some of you, at least you have even been given something. But Tamule Tasha, you want more. Mwa join a UPND, apopende, kirikiti mwatampo ukulula ifi puna. Na aba chulile UPND from all over. Aba chulile nacho. Mlefa mwishe mwafumiepo. What nonsense is that? Tama kwa tanenson. Mailo muka yechita withdraw. Ama nomination yen. Go and withdraw. Because fia upuwa fila mulechi. Fia upuwa. Then let me talk about this Kalushi nonsense. The Kalushi nonsense is busy. What namu. Kapa mamulenga. Imwe. What nonsense is that? I know Kampamba Mulenga what she did. I know Kampamba Mulenga helped Bill 7. I know. But surely, ngamwatimu konke fe fairness. Uyu Rashida joined you much earlier. Mwamu chita frustrated. She became discouraged. I'm not going to even beat about the bush about this. Mwamu chita frustrated. She went back. She resisted because mwalimu chita frustrated. But I will be very honest. I'm one of those people that talk to Rashida. When I saw Rashida trying to be cross na tukalume, I said, Rashida, nga tukalume ulenda na to. Ni tukalume, tapana ko tunga kutwa. Go back to stick to UPND. And the other people spoke to her, I'm sure. And she went back. It's normal. But yo mulenga kampamba, when things didn't go well, you saw how she came out. You have seen that video that I posted. If you want to compare between the two, which woman is more dangerous? Between Rashida na Kampamba Mulenga is more dangerous. Ala, kavia nyuko. Ala. Kampamba Mulenga is more dangerous. If between the two, if there is one I can trust Rashida. Because when Rashida things didn't go well, as she thought QPND, you didn't see her making statements. You didn't see her, I cannot be UPND, quite an order. I can never be UPND. If I told you under PF. Did you see Rashida making such statement? Mweba lesa waina, yo, Rashida, Arisareka mu UPND, Arireka. Did you see Rashida making those kind of statements that Kampamba Mulenga was making? And why was Kampamba Mulenga making those statements, knowing very well what was in the background? I know she was a little bit frustrated. Just when she was a little bit frustrated, uyo afuma amefia kuwata baleya Mulenga Kampamba, when she was saying that it was after Bill 7. It was after Bill 7. Ni votera Bill 7. After votera Bill 7, some of the things, some of the arrangements delayed somewhere, somehow. Things didn't go as planned. And the Mulenga Kampamba came out. She was even refusing that she didn't even vote for Bill 7. She turned around. When there was pressure, hey, you voted for Bill 7, you voted. Mulenga Kampamba turned around. And he started saying, no, I didn't vote for Bill 7. Hey, I cannot be UPND. So tell me, between these two women, because both of them, at some point, they were frustrated. Rashida, at one point, she was frustrated. Agreed. Mulenga Kampamba, she was frustrated. But look at the behavior of the two. Look at the behavior of the two. Who are you going to trust between these two women? Who are you going to trust? Ali mipiribukira imwebene ami piribukira ali votera Bill 7 ali piribukira amba nafya kula wata ina tatimba UPND whatever tulifanda fya green baleya. She was frustrated. Rashida, on the other hand, when she was frustrated, she just withdrew. She didn't make comments. She didn't speak bad of UPND. And if you are talking about who has the chances of winning Karulushi, if you are talking about the chances, look at the votes that that Rashida got when she stood as independent, compared na Antoine Kane na wine Kampamba Mulenga. At no, tetuine Antoine Kane, tetuine Karulushi. Technically, uli Antoine Kane Kampamba Mulenga lost to Rashida because she beat Rashida with only 1,000 votes. Not even 1,000. There were 900 and something votes. She didn't. So Rashida has got support. And Kampamba Mulenga was, by that time, she was PF. And the PF was a ruling party. And she was not just PF, she was a minister, by the way. She was a minister. And she had all the money to flaunt. She gave out a lot of money in Karulushi there. But she narrowly beat Rashida Mulenga. Kampamba Mulenga has even lost support, has lost more support because people will not trust her. Because it's not long time ago when she was saying, I can never be UPND, I can never be UPND. It's not long time ago, it's just recently. It's just recently when she was saying that. Here is your member of parliament. You think she can win? You think she can win? That is Copper Belt. That is Copper Belt. You need to be very careful with copper belt. Eh? You need to be very careful with copper belt. Eh? Not if you move for money. No. At this point in time, adopt Rashida. It's only fair. It's only but PF bali muchingire na imwe ba UPN mwisa muchinge. It's not fair na imwe. It's not fair. And you should talk about yo shani. I mean, it's not even about whatever. Some of you might think that kuri Rashida nshari yako nangu ni wanungwe. Nangu ni wanungwe. Nshari yako nangu ni wanungwe. Kuri kampamba mulenga na didi yako. Kuri kampamba mulenga na didi yako. Na bapene ninjishuwa kwa wadi. Ukuri ndalama nga ndefo rupia. Nga rupia ndefwa. Nga njira kuri kampamba. Because kuri kampamba kuri rupia. Kuri Rashida ta kuri rupia. But let's be fair. Let's be just. That's why I'm saying, let Rashida contest. Reform bomba. Let's just be just. Let's be fair with each other. Nanguma politics, let's be fair. Apa pene po tupusana ko fipa munde ba tayari ali shupa. You cannot trust tayari. Ifina alanda pa. Te ko ba ndandire mulandu wa rupia. Tapana ngumo ndire ko rupia takuli. I'm just expressing myself. Uyo mundu bina mulela ndapo katishno na dile po rupia wako na dile ko rupia sometime back noti apa mundu bile tala ndako na inawe tanji pusha kono kunjipusha ko batishani nangu na ilishanya tyo kuna ine ndechula mundu bile tantu mina pona kafonu ko batudikoshani na ntwani kane wandi at least uyu atinani uyu MP wako atinani uyu Lucas at least ala ntumina ko phone Lucas at least ala ntumina ko phone to alanda ko fila fine no you ntwani kane mtoto kafuaya at least number brand mundu bile nothing but because of that whatever I cannot come up here and start celebrating yo mchingeni awe lekeni minine so that we free President Hakainde Hichilema of any accusation of any political malpractice on this one. Let us avoid that. Let him stand. If you after my elections, we are with Hakainde Hichilema. Let's focus on Hakainde Hichilema. As far as I'm concerned, our leader is Hakainde Hichilema. And in this term, which is coming, we must support Hakainde Hichilema as much as possible so that Hakainde Hichilema can realize some of these things that he has in his head. He has a lot of things that has not happened. That's what we should be focusing. Not Mwatambo Kula Pangatio after Hakainde Hichilema, If anything, me, I would say Hakainde Hichilema, let him do 20 years. It will help. If Hakainde Hichilema will be there for 20 years. Take over, it's not for Hakainde Hichilema. It is for our country. It takes time to build a country. Anyway, you can start calling him now. You can call him. You know you have got no manners. Some of you new people. Namifikire, kirikiti. PND. No, I want to be member of parliament. You even go and challenge a senior member of parliament. Nari mwana tafia kwa tamano wantu wabaini. Munde wafi sungu. Bata mano mtu no kwata wino. Kukwata mano wadoresha. Kutu wamukuchita contest na Ntwani Kane na Mulambo wa Imbe shua. First term Mulambo wa Imbe Palusaka Central first term. Ulefo kwa mkumufumi hapo. Ala, wafuma kuisa yoyi. I'm opening phone lines, but let me get I think tonight I'll just drink a Fanta. Let me get a Fanta. Oh, my leg. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Tayari.
Good evening.
Means calling from Ndege Town to Ndola.
Yes,
Zambia.
yes, Wamish.
First and foremost, I just want to make it clear on the platform that no third term for President Hakainde.
At no?
I supported him in the opposition, and I'm still supporting him what he is the Republican president. But we will not support him once he starts seeking to go for a third term.
Iwe taturanda pali third term, not if you want tampo kusabaira. Tukalanda limbi. Talk about the issues that I've spoken about.
Okay.
Not if you're a third term. If you want to tapali third term, this is not a discussion for third term. We will come and talk about that later. We will engage you properly.
Thank you. Thank you. Allow me to talk about Brian Mundubile. You know, let's not make Brian Mundubile a made people say the threat to the UND. Brian Mundubile is not a threat because he is a nobody. He is an anti-political guy. He is not known, believe you. The fact that he is able to make some noise in Lusaka, that does not mean he is well known. I'm mentioning deliberately Northwestern, Western, and Southern provinces because these are the strongholds for the UPN. Now, those who want to get these three provinces that I've mentioned, let them go there and convince people. Otherwise, believe you me, these three provinces will be able to give President Hakainde Hichilema maximum 100%. Otherwise, for Brian, let's advise him, let him stand up. Let him not make him become big-headed. These elections have already been won by President Hakainde Hichilema. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Tishan, mletino kulanda. Politics they have. Politics here cover. But anyway. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, my brother, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. What you're saying is making sense. Yeah, let Mundubile stand. But if they don't want Mundubile to stand, they will. If they broke Mundubile to stand, they will think to say that no, Mundubile is more powerful than HH. That's why they have done that.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you are saying is making sense, 100% sense. So these people, or those who are advising those people to do that, I think they are just useless. You see, what you are saying is true. Let Mundubile stand to say that okay, HH is popular and HH is strong.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, thank you so much, my brother.
Yes, thank you. You know, people who start speculating, they will be thinking, they'll be building, mountains of votes for Mundubile. Mundubile would have won. Where? But how are we going to argue? How are we going to argue against these people? If they start saying, Mundubile would have won, how are we going to argue against them? How are we going to argue against them? Let the man be on the ballot and be wired. Let him learn a lesson. Let him learn a lesson. Hello? Mundubile would have won. But how are we going to argue? Hello?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Dad.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Thomas Ngwesh calling from Sorezi.
Yes.
Yeah, I think in the best way, let's just allow Brad Munduvire to stand. If he's going to fail, he can fail. But for now, let us allow him to stand because that's how we can see democracy in this country.
Yes. Hmm?
Thank you very much, Mr. Dad.
Thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, just 2 points I want to make on what you said about Munduvile.
Mm.
The first point is that what the English say, a storm in a teacup. The only one who can buff him from standing is the ECZ. And ECZ have published the people they've accepted the money from. So this issue of Munduvile will be bad is neither here or there.
You are.
No one has bad.
No, listen, you are behind. The issue is
No, let me
mutambo kutarikana na nekavyani huko. You don't know that they are court injunctions. What do the court injunctions do? They are court injunctions against UPND for adopting Munduvire. Then ulefole tarikana na inepan. Twale ni ubuntu andikana huko. Hello?
Good evening, President Tayari.
Good evening.
Huh? Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Good
Can
evening.
you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is Uncle Jay calling you for the important.
Yes.
Yeah. But Tayari, what I've observed is all these leaders that were in PA, they had issues with the law enforcers, or maybe in short to say people in the systems. That's why you have seen that whatever the system does, it not favor them, because these people don't forget that not long time ago they were sending cadres to beat up whether police or what.
I want to hear his point there. I want to hear his point. I want to see how he's connecting this issue to whatever. Anyway, hello?
Hello, Mr. Ta.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, this is Moses Satya from Lusaka Assembly. Yes, Mr. Ta, first of all, before I go to duty,
Inefya upuwa nishivifua fya upuwa nishivifua ya fya upuwa nishivifua
Alero munu no munu pumulire na fikali.
Fya upuwa muntu andile nishivifua ya
Otherwise, okay. One thing which I like from you, you speak the facts. You see, and a lot of those who are in opposition, they don't like fun. That's why when you started passing out, she was busy commenting because they hate that thing. You see, it's the fact they cannot comment or recommend or speak when you speak the fact. Otherwise, we are behind and we cannot wait to speak in Zambia, Mr. Tayari. More grace, sir.
Thank you. said at this point in time. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Good evening. Evening, what I commenting. I followed what you are saying. You are saying Munduvile vaimina petiketi ya FDD and yet vachipumbanda eva president. Munduvile ni va lawyer who should have understood this better than any one of us. Was it a deliberate move or not? Then secondly, pretty that kuli court injunction. By a court injunction. Which I can't see. Even if things are wrong, the way he has taken this step, so he should be nominated, he should be on the ballot paper. Even if he has done it wrongly, it's okay. Is that what you are saying?
Okay, Maya. So let's start here. According to you, what is wrong with what Munduvile has done? What is wrong? Let me understand first.
Bantu imwero mwachalondolo mwachilai ati Munduvile nali mwebele ukutila ati either you said two things. You said he should either stand as independent. Then you said he should have joined by his in party abana wako. What's the name?
FDD.
FDD. He should have joined FDD. Babavika na papandu alikali. Babavika ku secretary. Babavika issue as a president. Which he hasn't done. No, but Machala, he should have stood as an independent, which he hasn't done.
Okay, so
no, but it's by UPND, by some how wrong now? How does he come in? If you are level what from the mistake,
so let's know. Let can don't remember. If of fire no Cuba. If of fire no Cuba, kweva ti. Ubu constitution yesu. Apa constitution yesu. Nga olefo kuba president. Tayaba tiyo ufire kuba president wa political party awe. So you can be a president of a political party, but you can choose another person. Like in Panondi. Nine president wa Economic and Equity Party. But ingandefwaya kutina sonto muntu umbi na ngufeimwe bene so tamuli wa member. But as long as mupati mwezi tu asuminishanya kuti twami sonta imomo wa president tapali ubuafya, there is nothing wrong for anyone to contest for presidency even if he's not the president of that political party. So there is nothing wrong at all for Brian Munduvile to contest under FDD. Where else Banda is the president? There is nothing wrong. There is nothing absolutely wrong.
If there's nothing wrong, why is there a court injunction?
So now, if it is there are now people our mine as the members of FDD. Bachita sunomba bachifumubanda. Ukwe batimwe bachifumubanda kuti mwasuminishani kwa bati Munduvile. Achite shani eminine. Okay? Naba kukoti. They have taken some
which
people.
Which means Tabasumishenye as a party, people were not in agreement.
So, hapa nomba mayo ndera ndangana mkonga buno bwino. Accusing certain people who are linked to UPND and in Shirelanda from without, and don't ask me to mention names. You are even stop calling me if I will stop by you. Why are you calling me on my number? Who the hell are you? Allah? Everybody, there is a number that you're supposed to call. Why are you calling the direct line? So sorry, Mayo, sorry. If you're Irendanda move from me, I would not accuse anyone from UPND if they have not done anything. But there are people from UPND our sponsor these individuals. I'm not mentioning their name because I don't want to divide us. We are supporting Akainde Ishirema and let's be one. But I know there are people, they have taken out money and paid some individuals to go to court. Their intention is to block Munduvire. Eyaponde kana. And why in the kanina? Echo nde kanina. Nde kanina mulandu wakwe bati. Munduvire nga bamubaninga. Fiala akuli ba akainde ichilema. Teba akainde ichilema bale chitefye yo. But fiala akuli ba akainde ichilema. Fiala mukwati ba akainde ichilema. Eba chitabani. Efyo nde kana. Munduvire tapali yo fialu fienye. Ukuiminina mu FDD. But naturally bati. Political strategy. Vamundivire navo avakwata mano wino. Nga vari chenjera instead yako vati veminine pali FDD. Vari pire ndarama mu FDD. Nga vari pire as independent. Elo va FDD na vambi vava supporter. That is what I am saying. I'm not saying that he did something wrong from the legal point of view. From the legal point of view, he didn't do anything wrong. But from a political strategy point of view, fimwe vintu kuchenjera wamona wamona taba nandi kuti vasachitevi nomba vari rufyanya ukuya iposa mofye as FDD nave shono kuishivati kuti pava mafia epondeva now to correct the mistake. It is not too late. It is not too late in the sense that kuti vaya kuiCZ vaya ichita withdraw as FDD vaya vati ndife pa independence by ECZ kuti vavasuminisha at this point in time. I hope you have understood me, man.
Yes, it makes sense. Yeah, I understand you.
And I'm emphasizing on 3 points. Number one, there is nothing wrong for Brian Munduvire because you can stand anyone as long as the party agree. They can pick anyone. That is number one. Then number two, I am not accusing these people about UPND without sufficient knowledge. I have got sufficient knowledge. I know who are doing this, and they are doing it for themselves because nokulandana boninda ndanabo. Twachiratarikana no kutarikana. Vena valenje vati yo ngatwalekera ati nani kane Munduvire minine ninshi akesa wina chavana shan bamu vachira ntinya no kuntinyati awe taule support akainde ichilema ngorera nde finish taule support akainde ichilema no ine nde support akainde ichilema and I'm protecting akainde ichilema because nshire for akainde ichilema akawina my elections elo mairo abantu bakale vati yo ali wina pantu ali kanya Munduvire efo ndekana Mkwai.
Okay. Thank you, Mkwai na Dr. Well explained. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Tad.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. I want to comment here on the page which you are saying that buying it can be bad. Buying it can be bad. How? Because you know the problem what the government has done it is also long. Because one, it is also exposing criticism. You know, even if you want to pray Mingalapo, it must be smart. You know, this should not be seen that they are also part of Mingalapo.
Yes.
Because this is that it has become very exposed that they are also part of Mingalapo. So it will also bring a problem.
Yeah.
When it's happening like that, it can bring a lot of problems.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I've lost that one. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I told earlier, and I told you it's the problem is not there. We are just talking about something else. I know about that junction. Just like Akainde Chilema. Some people went to court against him before he was elected, but nothing came out of that case.
They went for
even those who were taken.
Listen, Listen,
Nothing will come out of that.
umfweni washikulu wantu. Let's see. Mwamuna awa batch tuma. I allowed a lot of time. We engaged nicely. So even you, let's engage nicely. When you are saying even HH was taken to court over what? Remind me. I've forgotten. Maybe I don't know. He was taken to court over what?
What I mean is, when there's an internal political issue, members have the right to petition the court.
So I'm asking HH. I am asking you because you have said even HH. So I'm asking you what political internal wrangles that came up in UPND where HH was taken to court. Tell me, in relation, let's be relevant, let's be logical. Compared to what has happened with Mundubile, yes. Tell me, how did it happen to HH?
Let me clarify. You remember there were two people who went to court before the convention of UPND who were claiming to be president themselves? You remember?
When?
There were two people.
When?
Yeah.
When?
Just now, just recently, before the convention.
How can you compare that? How can Hichilema is president and those useless people? Come on, you can't compare that to that. Anyway, make your point. Make your point.
What I'm engaging you on, what I'm saying is, there is a process at court for members who are not satisfied that their party has picked Mundubile. That is not being bad. It's not being bad. They are disputing the choice of Mundubile for that president. Okay, but if they
even the phone is not allowing you.
Agenda to buy him. That's what I'm saying.
Even the phone is not allowing you because your own phone.
Buy.
Phone yenule mikanina. Even the phone yenule mikanina. Let's call a spade here. Mundubile is being bad. There are people that are trying to buy him. Let's be fair. Hey, hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Your sister here from Seattle, Mulishani.
Bueno from kwa Mulishani ma.
We know. What you're saying about Mundubile and everything is okay and it's true. But today I just want to wish Vanakia happy Mother's Day. That's why I called. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, yeah, Chilfeta, yes, so apologies for calling the wrong number because I've saved under one contact. My apologies.
I hope you can I hope you can also apologize for accusing HH things that you cannot substantiate. That is not right.
That's okay,
let's leave
so
that.
Now
go ahead.
Yes, basically, there's a lot of misunderstandings on social media where people feel like President Hakainde Hichilema is a straightforward person who just wants to stand on the ballot in a normal competition. I don't think so, and people should know that HH is scared, which is why even in the UPND he has always stood unopposed. Now with the FDD, first of all, Alan Peary is not a member of FDD. FDD has got rules. If you are a member of FDD party, you should have a registration card, membership. You pay every year 100 kwacha. He's not anywhere in the register. He's never paid any membership. So him claiming that he's an FDD member, it actually comes under locus standi, where a non-party member cannot claim possession of something that they don't belong to and they're not part of. And for the FDD party, the documentation at the registrar everything is intact and safe. That convention they had, the office bearers have remained the same as of the 2021 elections we had before, whereby Edith Nawak was the president. It was actually the FDD that called on the FDD to say, look, you've lost your president, why don't you update your records? So in honoring why Edith Nawak first, they had to first, wait for about almost a year. Then they held their convention. And Rachifumu Banda was elected as a president. Now, if you look at the MP that is the MP in Chawama and the MP for the councillors and mayor that were standing, Rachifumu Banda has always been signing the adoption certificate as well as the SG. So what I'm seeing is UPND wants to bring it in Mundubile. And I know people will say, oh, Mundubile, he should have formed his own party. He belonged to an alliance. And alliances decide. We're going to go with this special purpose vehicle. And they've chosen FDD, which is a very good vehicle. And we sold it across the country. We want a real competition between Hakainde Hichilema and Mundubile. So why try to block him? Why send young people who don't even have even a Fiat Corolla to court? How are they funding themselves? So we are aware. For me, I will tell you that I'm aware that Antonio Mwanza is part of this.
Let's avoid name calling. Let's avoid on my platform.
I'll stop.
No, please.
Yeah. But for me, I'm aware that there are people who are involved. And you know what, Ali? I listened to your cry earlier when you started. Even some of the opposition leaders, they are also doing Mingalato. They also want to make sure that Mundubile is not on the ballot. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
You don't even know them. They are sponsoring, making. How far with this? They're even making sure that this happens. So sometimes...
So, Wamona, Lillian, you are the one bringing this to light. But in a problem with Lillian is you are always putting it on Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema finisha kuchita. Iwa nangu wakwata ntuankane. Nangu mumala mwakalipa. Mumala mmobe mwakalipa. Isa diako wati ufuae fyo mutunwe. Mumala muleko kukalipa. Iwa kuisa pa social media. Hakainde Hichilema. Mushe chaba shani kaishi mukashana. Chaba shani. It's okay. Lillian, I have no issue. I have no issue you criticizing HH for something that he has done wrong. Not whereby nefili fiance no kukalipa kwa mumala kumove. Uletera kuri HH. No, it's not fair, Mukashan. Lillian, and you know, I'm glad that you have called, and I'm saying this before people they hear. And because I even said it, that I called you earlier. And this is what I spoke about. Please, spare HH. I'm not saying don't criticize him. Criticize him as much as possible. But not to come with peshe fiabufi. Not to come with peshe fiabufi. Now, Ishwa, like you have rightly said here, that there are many people who are trying to block Mundubile. Nambecho wakosele la padi HH. Jinshi, HH ndeko watafumishe Paul Pia to block Mundubile. HH, I can assure you, HH wants Mundubile to stand. But there are these candidates, these people with, incessant appetite to be presidents. Not HH. So na papata HH, you should apologize for HH.
So inamunda mbeleko kuna HH. In case my post a pants, where my judges are post. No post a pants. But I apologize. For now, first mbona babombe ba HH mbona truly. Eva chip. Ba government.
Ba HH tabachita control ma judges. Iwe. Ba HH tabachita control ma judges. The best thing that you should do umfwa iwe ba HH tabachita control ma judges. Ifefi na mule idetere refyo. Number umfwa. Imo what you should do. Oko muikele. The only solution kachiteni ingenjwa mwangalaza Lomes. Ingenjwa mwangalaza Lomes, let munduwire. Stand as independent. It is the same. And the FDD will be there and other alliance partners will be there. Let Munduwire withdraw from FDD and stand as independent. Chapwa. Nisho some problems are more solved. Chapwa. And that's what you should have done. Yeah?
FDD.
Kosea nipo bye. You and I were to FDD. Mwalale katutampo kusabaida. Imeto atina FDD. How many years FDD? FDD for how many years? Basa kwata mufentu anikane MP mulando wako Edgar Lungu chapwa. You said
Ask Anthony Anton Chiwe FDD spokesperson Mwamfa.
You know they are not members. You are already in court. Anyone can go to court. Even me, I can go to court. So it doesn't matter if everyone knows he's not a member, he's not a member. It doesn't matter. What matters is that
if you were a court, what does it mean?
It means if you were a court, you know, I'm a processes there. If you were a court, FDD has been sued. It means Munduwire automatically, because FDD cannot field in a president at this point in time. With that injunction, FDD cannot. And that is the only way. The only way.
Takuri injunction.
Takuri injunction? What do you mean Takuri injunction? Haven't you seen that?
There is no injunction. They wrote
injunction of what?
They replied.
Who has replied? What is wrong with my bye, my bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello? We consider FDD. It's the same. Munduwire is an independent candidate. Munduwire is not FDD. Hello?
Hello, Matari.
Mkwai.
Hello, Mulanda Bunosana, Matari. Very good. No, the point mulesilo wa ukufika poni. Iswe mbatitira bamunina ne isabi ukubola jambira kumutwe. Mwana na ino shumfwa atukisha abafyashi. Balungu bali abantu balungu kadalism. Balungu te bale kadalism, but chonse kya apani vena. So, you cannot separate by HH. You can't separate by HH. This is the person that you support. I'm telling you, Batash. Where the fishing dance for Jama fact bad. Banunka untu. She. HH ever respond. I hear confusion. Yamakedi. Ever sponsor.
Bashukuru bantu lero shatalikana na imwe chishinge cho mwalanda chishinge cho mwalanda icho chishinga mwalanda tu umwana jumva atukisha nyina so it's true. Some of these things, I mean, as much as we want to protect our presidency, our president should also be in the forefront to stop some of this nonsense, because at the end of the day, the buck stops at them. So I agree with you. For tonight, I agree with you. I agree with you.
We're on the same page.
I agree. So sometimes, you know, as a president, you need to also to step up. Hello?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Tad.
Good evening.
I'm quite. Thank you very much for the program. Try Kasana.
Oh, Kwisa?
Kasama.
At Kwisa, ningu for Kasama, but Kwisa Kasama.
Central town na papene pa.
Oh.
Central town.
Ushaba but you soko wako kwai?
bachibusa utichina
muvaposhako vachibusa muveve ativatari
vaisaisura shopimiti vetati vawadina nomu
mairo mukaye vaposhako vachibusa tivatari valeirisha nati mwari vasula chinoishiku mwari varavako chavashani
tukachitesho ndepokurandako va-FDD navari kwata noti va-FDD navamunduviri vaboswes sorry naandati vaboswes ngava imwe namulanda muntu wakwatama nonamubvaza chionse pomulandini namubatera na leakage kuri leakage kuine mwavapera naansa navarechita sponsor muntu wakwatama just from the conversation you can tell that it's this one and that one. I know not that nyava from the conversation. So muntu ampera leakage kuivovya namubatera answer so apecha kweva nivena vena ngavakoseda FDD one thing is vena vakoseda va-FDD iminikeri former councillors iminikeri former mayors kama MP mwananda president Tolano
wamona problem solved problem solved
number thank you very much
ala vamunduvire varefwaika ine munanika nemuitimu lyavo halo
atari mwavambei
mkwai
maomba shanu vashikia
bwina ve mkwai
okay mulenda na mpako
mkwai
ndipo kulanda pada abalera tutakiuzi president ukabachewere controller amajudicial yonse sometimes careless talking ira leterera mshako watu leranda kubomsha my emotion okula tutakiuzi abantu abarongo kozi soba tatawa fumalera ndo babatiyo e controller ama judges
Hold on a bit. Bashikulu bantu tabache bat HH eulechita control ma judges. Olo bashikulu bantu tabache bat HH eulechitefi. Bashikulu bantu bache bati if intunga file chitika ero niwe leader at the end of the day abantu ba blame iwe. So bashikulu bantu tabache bat HH eulechitefi. Echo bache bati nanguni panganda atumwana ashumfwa atukisha abafyashi bakwe tekwe bati umwana tekwe bati abafyashi bati tafidya bati pera na example kuri Edgar Lungu ko bati Edgar Lungu tewale chitakaderism but since abantu bako bale chitakaderism it fell on him and at the end of the day it costed him an election. So I think let's be fair na bashikuru bantu did not directly accuse Hakainde Hichilema to be the one doing this or controlling judges. So let's be fair.
Okay. Now, ila shida wa mundu wile mwarefu baroti. Aiwa nyape ishina lyawo. Elo necho nje kwa wata wala ndoko batina temana ni plan baroti. So kone tawa. So na nje kuryanga babati uyu muntu bamufundishe pepni bamufundishe bokayo na kimona ali popular sana kwa peti. So bamufundishe amepata so da kaka iponeni kumwi. Yeah, fana kafu kuranda watari. So na baba resta baba matawa kukia wala batia sikonte na ngware bena sometimes kutane tapado kutwara tumokuti mureranda dombade kubambi barakura no bachana na batati baba mawala tweje jote tabashi wote baranda kubeka frustrated yana kwa bali kwa babosha na baba yiwa bapole no kutati bati mwali pondo wa bali kuna wali kwa na ndio na kuba
Network iliko shile. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Batali.
Mkwai.
Hello, Batali.
Mkwai.
Balisha Mkwai.
Buna from Mkwai.
Batali naifokwenda kupano no. Issue yaba mundu bili na ba HH. Ngafika mwene ku Tanzania yali ya kwa Tundu Lissu na bamayo ba president wa Tanzania. Tundu Lissu na ngutali no ukuba popular abantu bamunfu ati yo ali ndo kuwina. Ila ineminga watu wamuchayire ku Tanzania. Abantu baenda Tundu Lissu walingira okuwina. FH kakwa ku Zambia. Abantu baba FH nangula ba HH bali involved atuishibe abantu babo ishiminga batwale kita oro brand ndibiraka lusema hilo ndati ali no kuwina bado ko bati bali samumira femingala to imbi amama nuvaza yale kitika kuti ba mundu bali noshita I'm sure na mapela very good insight naba kwata advisors babo aba bantu bakulu I'm sure bala umfwa nataka kuti baumfwa kuma insight mpele batayali we are good to go a country without a strong opposition tapanifinga chitika aba bantu bakulu balingire fe bayikala panshi bapanga opposition ya mano for this country to run. Thank you, Batali.
Thank you. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Ted.
Good evening.
Yes, Mr. Ted, I've been following your program, but
Hello?
Hello. Yes, Mr. Ted, I have a question. Okay, so I know you're on record, Mr. Ted, saying if there is any Mingalato, the government should play to prevent Makebi Zulu from standing, they should do that. Today you are saying they should do in fact, you're not saying they should do everything, but you're saying Black Mundubile should be on the ballot and be wired so that he can learn a lesson. But then what is the difference between
I have explained.
Makebi Zulu?
I have explained. You didn't hear. I explained.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't hear. Let me explain. For Brian, I'm saying, Brian, allow him to contest. For Makebi Zulu, why I'm saying he should not be on the ballot, because Makebi Zulu has embarrassed our country. Makebi Zulu has held our country at ransom simply because he wants to be president. As far as I'm concerned, it is because of Makebi Zulu that we have not buried. Of course, the former first lady cannot be excluded from that because, I mean, she has all the powers. But it is these two, and Makebi Zulu, I'm talking about him because Makebi Zulu is the one who has come, to contest after taking us through everything. And time and again, we know that Makebi Zulu's agenda or manifesto is the body. So because of him, because of the way he has done what he has done to our country, he should not be rewarded by being put on the ballot. But I've also said that from whatever he has been doing, there is nothing that is legally binding on him. Okay? He has no legal ability. We can't say he has committed a crime. No. I am simply saying just to punish him. Just to punish him. Not that there is anything wrong with the constitution or what. No, there is nothing. But just to punish him because of what he has done, he should not be allowed. But for Mundubile, there is nothing wrong.
Mr. Tahali, I really appreciate, and one thing that I would want to say is thank you so much for giving me that response. There are days where I don't know what really happens. Sometimes udabwati wajoina program very late and then wafunisa kwa question udabwati kabiro kochikopo na explain
iwe na nindo ndorola nombo ambo kuleta muvimbi na iwe nindo ndorola chapo na upo paranga de kochikopo uleta mananikani no dola kuno dola ulela devota wishi paranga ba tulichikopo dollar is next appreciate at no hakainde each number is twisting the dollar, is making the dollar way. It doesn't work out like that. So that's the issue. But anyway, I think we have said much, and all in all I'm saying for me in this broadcast, all I'm saying is that let's allow Brian Mundubile to contest, because number one, Brian Mundubile is the only opposition that is looking like, not that he can manage to win. He can never manage to win. If he can even get 2%, Nisha Shuka. I'll take this guy because he has been calling. Hello?
Hello, Atani Mulishani, my president, long time.
Hey, I'm quiet.
Sure, this is Andrew. I'm calling you, Boro. You call on them to me na phone.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm quiet. I just want to comment on two things there. Now, number one, about Tayari, you have mentioned a lot of things, of which umuntu ushumfwa patu no na pafindi teti umfwe. Wa Brian Mundubile, there is no one who is barring him to stand as a president. They have only pressed the wrong channel. If they would have, for me, if they would have consulted you before, maybe in benefit of each kepo. Hello? Yes. Ngabali mistako consult if you mawapera likeji. If you sanga tafiri poawe. Then number two, pale abawonse abalesa mu UPND. I quote what you said. Wose abalesa mu UPND. Abali for kwimina uma position ya parliamentaries and councillors and whatever. Chinga pesha batali ba icheme. Because chime machanga tumwe ukoro tefupa. Nishoku afuma amina ya tuntu.
Na mifikira na
amina ya tuntu batayari. You cannot come today, you come at a certain company, start to control everything. Kakwava. Kakwava. Then kambi fyaka lasti, nkashia ndiba lige ni mutambo mwashitaru kuroku bashita kanso. Mwina mwangolo na ene ndi mwina mwanga. Mwachitani ingo ya mudala. My sister have got a lot of words in your mouth mwandini. Nefi shilingi the president yaka ide, to be honest. Natotera. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jisuma. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
What is I'm quiet?
Yeah, I'm quiet.
I don't know. Are you still live on Facebook?
Yes, you are my last caller.
Okay. I haven't really followed the subject matter, but this is Mr. Anton Chimye, the spokesperson for FDD.
Okay.
Yes, I think somebody just called me and alerted me that you were discussing the candidature of President Brian Mundubile.
Yes, but basically it's not so much about FDD. And I know, I mean, you want to bring the argument to say he's not our member. That is irrelevant from my point of view, because it doesn't matter whether somebody is a member or not. Once the FDD has been taken to court, I mean, it puts FDD in a difficult predicament as far as your candidate is concerned. So I know Nididi didn't watch me to me, but and I'm sure she wants you to say no, he's not our member. Yes, I mean we don't. For me, that is irrelevant. Whether he's your member or not your member, what is important is that what is an issue is that you have been taken to court, and since you have been taken to court, it becomes a challenge for your candidate. That's basically what I've been saying.
Okay, but that what I'm trying to say, the president, I'm not doing that argument. What I just want to tell the Zambian people to know is that as FDD, we are hearing this court process on social media.
Oh.
Including yourself? Hello?
Yes.
You may be interested to note that no leader of FDD, in particular the Secretary General or anyone under the Secretary General's office, has been served with any court process. We have not received any court process. We are only hearing this on social media. That's why we are saying we can only react once we receive the actual papers.
Yeah. So now, even that is actually can be part of Imingarato. Even that, because by the fact that I have sued you and have not served you, it doesn't make the court case go away. And mind you, the electoral process is time bound. So you can say, no, we haven't seen this. But mwaku CZ mwayasangati kuli ama court document. Ero mukalewelera para mulewekera mule amkufwa okay to serving any. Meanwhile, installation yapwa. That's why for me I am advising you that let your candidate go to ECZ, withdraw from FDD. I don't know how the receipt ngabali piras FDD or ngabali piras brand munduwile. Ngabali piras brand munduwile. Let him just go as a independent. Ero muka wacha support as FDD. We all know that FDD is supporting brand munduwile. Otherwise, ngamwa koserera ati FDD, you will have problems because these court cases can come before nomination, even after the nomination. Mind you, after nomination, there is a time for petitioning, So it is complex. It is complex, and you better be proactive when you are looking at this matter. The best is let Munduvire go as independent.
President, you know what you are trying to say? What will be happening tomorrow on Monday is not about the candidacy of President Munduvire. What will be happening tomorrow? I think you have been on the ballot and you know the pre-processing procedure. President Brian Munduvire will only become a candidate upon presentation of credentials before the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And when you are the person who has participated in election, that's why we are saying, as FDD at this stage, we don't want to be speculative, but we are aware of all those things that we are raising, and we appreciate that we are raising them. But my purpose of calling is simply to tell the nation that as FDD, we have not yet been served with that process. We are not going to say more than that, and we are going to tell the nation, and I'm telling the nation that let us remain calm because all options are on the table, including what you are suggesting.
Okay.
So people must come.
No. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that information. That is news that FDD has not received any court documentation, and yet we are seeing them on social media. No, thank you very much for that. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Anyway, on that note, I will end here, but I want to buttress my points that number one, whatever is going on, it is not HH that is doing this. HH wants everybody to contest. HH wants to beat the opposition clean. So we become HH. I agree, there are some people who are doing Mingarato, but it is not HH giving them that blessings. They have got their own agenda. Their agenda is, their future plans. And I'm saying those future plans should be thwarted at this point. Should be thwarted. We shouldn't be talking about that. We should focus on President Hakainde Hichilema and his vision. Then you Kokuma 2030 chakuti tukalandanga tuafika there. Not at this point in time. I think it is preemptive for you to be going that far, and it is selfish for you to be planning the exit of Hakainde Hichilema when Hakainde Hichilema has even rewarded you with employment, and yet you want more. You are very selfish people. No, I'm not taking more phone calls. And you are uncultured. You are uncultured. For you people, Hakainde Hichilema has given you employment and you are busy trying to do this and that. You are busy talking about 2031. And I can assure you that you won't have it easy. You won't have it easy. You won't have it easy. But I don't want to discuss that. For me, I want to focus on Hakainde Hichilema. I want Zambia to develop. That is what I want. That is why I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema. The only man that we have that can help move our country is Hakainde Hichilema. The only man that can help us at the moment is the one with connections, is the one with a vision. Let's allow this man to go as far as he can go in helping our country. It is not that he's the best. I'm not saying he's the best in terms of knowledge, whatever. No. But he's the man that at least is there and is moving things. So if I'm going to start, then, so issue akwa Mundubile, let's allow this man to stand so that Hakainde Hichilema is clean. So that Hakainde Hichilema has the goodwill, locally and internationally. If somebody is blocked, if that news go out, and then no, Hakainde Hichilema, this one was blocked, this one is, it will mess up the victory that Hakainde Hichilema has already gained. And on the adoptions and whatever, different adoptions, whatever, I'm saying, some of you people, you need to sit back. You cannot be pushing, some of these senior UPND members, pushing them away, elbowing them out. No, it's just not right. It's just not right. On Kalulushi, I am saying adopt Rashida Mulenga. I know Kampamba Mulenga delivered and whatever. But if I'm to trust between these two women, I can trust Rashida. And I've given you an example. Look at what Kampamba Mulenga has been saying. When certain things didn't go right, I can't give the details, but those of you mwebale pushing Kampamba Mulenga, you know the details. How did Kampamba Mulenga come out? But compared to Rashida, because even Rashida was also frustrated, how did she come out? Rashida has always been humble. You can trust Rashida more. And at least she listens. She listens. Because even me, when I spoke to her, she listened. I'm sure other people also spoke to her. She listened. That's how she contested as the UPND. That's how she filed in. She would have filed in as independent. But because she listened, that's how she filed in. Rashida did not file in because she wants the popularity. She has the popularity. She has the popularity. And I can assure you, if Rashida contest as independent against Kampamba Mulenga would lose. I can bet you on that. I'm betting you that Muke Minike kampamba mulenga, but allow Rashida to stand as independent. Mukamwenako. So you are better off going with Rashida. And this I'm saying out of fairness, out of just being human. That's all. Not vyakabati yo shana ngakuli yako okonali yako no rupia nikuli kampamba mulenga, not kuli Rashida nishali yako rupia. But let's stand about it. Let's talk about fairness. Let's talk about just so efon achava ndandeko. Otherwise leroni pa Sunday we'll come and talk on Wednesday. But you know, I mean, this is a political high season, so anything can happen. We have a meeting coming up, I think on Tuesday. Here are my presidential candidates. I hope Bamunduvire and your group, you will be able to engage ECZ and rectify this, because mukaisanga muli mwamoneni na totera sana mkwai. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Bye bye.